guys, it's Emma and I'm back today for you with another video, and today I'm reviewing a book, alright? And that book, everybody, is Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. Alright, this is a hockey figure skater romance about Reese, who is like the star hockey player at this college, and one game he gets a really bad concussion to the point where he has PTSD about ever going back on the ice. And yet he's back, but his teammates don't know about this PTSD. And then we have Sadie, who is a figure skater at this same college, and she is drowning in debt, trying to get custody of her two brothers, also all while juggling classes and skating at the same time, right? So both of these two have a lot on their plate. Now, Sadie witnesses one of Reese's panic attacks and tries to help him, and then kind of an understanding evolves from the two of them, right? And a romance starts to evolve as well. This book's content warnings particularly include PTSD, parental neglect / abuse, addiction, violence, and sexual content. Look, right off the bat, just in case any of y'all that are watching, if this matters to y'all, I DNF'd this book. Okay, I DNF'd it. I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it. But, girl, the further I read, the more this shit irritated the hell out of me. Alright? I even annotated it. So you know I was invested. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, not a rant review, but a review nevertheless of Unsteady. Just right off the bat, if this happens to be one of your favorite books, it's nothing personal, okay? Reading is subjective, reviews are subjective. I did not have a good time with this book, okay? And I'm gonna explain why. So, before we actually get started, I would really appreciate it if you guys would look down in the description box for all the links there that I have for you guys pertaining to stuff going on in the world right now. And those links will be down there for you guys to interact with and to share. And then down in the comment section, let me know whether or not you guys have read Unsteady, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, whether you disagreed or agreed with anything I have to say about it in this video. Whether you have any more hockey romances that you guys would like to give me besides pucking around, because I've got that one on my radar. So with that being said, let's just get running into it. First, we're going to talk about the pros, and the first pro is the writing. This book is incredibly quick to read. Very quick to read. I was speeding through this book, and the writing itself is very pretty, okay? There are some really nice quotes in here. And the writing style is fun, all right? It's actually fun, okay? And, look, the banter and the dialogue and the inner monologue between the characters and in the characters' heads is not cringy. It doesn't feel forced. It actually feels, get this, natural. Thank goodness. The second pro that I have for Unsteady is just the romance and the dynamic between Sadie and Reese. All right,
This is art, Mr. White.
There were some parts of Sadie and Reese's dynamic that were just so sweet. Another bit of their dynamic that I really appreciated was just that cool, kind of nonchalant aspect of the two of them with that mutual agreement that they have. Like, it literally says on the back, a strange sort of understanding strikes up between them, no questions asked, just comfort. A comfortable distraction and acknowledgement of, yeah, no, this is what we're doing. Neither of us really needs to know exactly, but this is what we're doing. And then the third pro that I have with Unsteady is just the themes that are talked about in this book. The themes in this book, I'm sure as you can tell from the content warnings, are darker, they're more realistic. In my opinion, they added an extra layer to the story. These darker themes also helped to make Sadie's character make more sense. However, with this pro, I do kind of wish that these themes had been fleshed out a little more. At times, they do feel a little shallow. All right, it's time to get down to business, okay? Because con number one with this book is the main characters that honestly just get worse. First of all, Sadie, very difficult for me to like, but I sympathized with her situation, okay? Because look, homegirl cannot catch a break, okay? Because not only is she balancing at least 3 jobs, college work, which I know the ins and outs and just awfulness of college work. It sucks. She's balancing skating for college, which I gotta imagine any sport at a collegiate level is gonna be tough as hell, all right? And also, she's trying to get custody of her 2 brothers from her alcoholic dad. But her attitude, pissed me off to no end. She is indecisive to a fault. She is flip-floppy to a fault. But what pissed me off the most about her character, because it happened constantly in this book, is the fact that she snaps at people and she doesn't apologize, even when she knows she should. Okay, because look, there is a difference between not knowing that you snapped at somebody versus when you know that you snapped at somebody and know that you should apologize. Just because I can feel every single layer of skin and clothes on my body just because my day has been shitty does not give me the right to take that out on somebody else and make their day shitty. They teach us this in elementary school, y'all. Or at least they should. Oh my gosh, and the cherry on top of it all is the fact that nobody, and I mean nobody around her, ever calls her out for it. Nobody ever makes her feel like she should apologize. This book, quite a few times, just seemingly randomly in conversations that Sadie has with people that she has problems with, this book tries to make it out that no, people only have a problem with Sadie because she sleeps with so many dudes. And every single time that this is brought up, it's always Sadie bringing it up, and she's like, oh, well, no, you're just giving me shit because I sleep around and I'm a girl. No, okay? People don't care that you sleep with a ton of dudes, all right? Honestly, the female population of that college is probably hailing you because you saved them from a lot of deadbeats, okay? People don't like you because you're a bitch. Oh, Sadie, baby doll, lose my number, please. And then Reese. Girl! Would I take a bullet for Reese? Probably not, because I'll be damned if I take a bullet for a man. But would I think about taking a bullet for Reese? Yes. There are so many moments in this book where Reese just had me twiddling my thumbs and kicking my feet, girl. Dare I say this is he fell harder? He definitely fell first, which we'll get to. Reese, baby doll, as much as I love you, you're an enabler. Okay? Remember how I was saying that nobody ever makes Sadie feel like she should apologize? You know what I mean? Reese, number one culprit. All right, the first dude in line. He keeps chasing after her, no matter how flippantly she treats him. Like, he was down bad, but not in a, like, good, pathetic way. You know what I mean? This was just, like, truly pathetic. He let her walk all over him.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up!
He might as well have had welcome tattooed across his damn forehead the way she was using him like a doormat. All right? Like, dude. It's not cute. At this point, I just feel bad for you. And then my second con, all right, is the other, all right, part, the flip side of the dynamic or romance between these two. When they weren't romantic, it became an incredibly, awfully drawn out, will they, won't they, fueled by Sadie's indecisiveness / flip-floppiness, and then Reese added to it by forgiving her every single time, all right? Simply because, and get this is dead ass his reasoning, maybe not for all of them, but for pretty much all of them, his thing is, well, she's just too beautiful.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I don't. And their romance is like insta-love. It's not even like insta-love. It's insta-love or insta-lust, whichever one. He felt like a sack of rocks. All right, first time really meeting her. All right, dude. Y'all met once. Y'all had one interaction at 5:30 in the morning, and she wasn't even being a bitch by then. All right, she was just being a woman who was being approached by this random dude who was like, "Hey man, it's 5:30 in the morning. All right, I kind of just want to get my shit done, but you're over here kind of bothering me." You know what I mean? And then he went home obsessed. If this were in real life and I were willing to put myself through the doom, the dread, and the despair of being one of Sadie's friends, I'd be a little concerned. I DNF'd this book, like I said earlier, but I DNF'd it after I got past the 50% mark, which means I got halfway through the book, which means I rated it 2 stars. If the romance, which is naturally fueled by the characterizations of the 2 main characters, is not hitting, the romance book is ruined for me. I wanted to like this book, I really truly did, but I just cannot. A dude who cannot and will not stand up for himself for the life of him, because he thinks he's under some sort of love spell, all right? And a woman who thinks that she is just this super cool feminist by shoving it in other people's faces and just being rude to everybody. No, okay? If I don't like the characters, it's really hard for me to like your book. So you guys, that was my review for Unsteady. I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope that I can find some camaraderie with this book, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was like at the first maybe quarter, first third of the book, I was having such a good time. I was looking at the reviews. I was finding such camaraderie with the people who also had a very good time with this book. And now that I'm sitting here not having had a good time with this book, I need some camaraderie on the opposite side. Okay, so you guys, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you continue to look out for more stuff on my channel. Hope that you guys are staying safe. And lastly, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.